So at this point, you may ask yourself that how do I structure my homepage or my website? How do I structure it? How do I lay it out? Now, in the first place, the theme comes with a beautiful layout that you can insert your own content and you just save the changes. But if you want something more custom, something different, you can draw inspiration from some other websites. You may have come across some websites that have the exact design that you want, or you may also use your own discretion to come out with a new design that you deem okay to use, and then you design the website as such if you don't want how the theme appears. But once you settle on a theme that you want to use for your website, I think it should be able to meet your needs or the needs of the one whom you are designing for. Talking about that, let's say that someone has entrusted into your care to create a website for them. They give you information in a raw form in word processing or a PDF document with images and text. So you would know exactly where to place which content. For example, this section is the About Us section. So in the documents that you have been given to use, or if it's your own website you are creating, you have a section that talks about the company. Place the summary of that in this particular section. I want to use a typical example for this. Let's say that this website is for a website design company. So the content here should be so fitting to fully describe such a company and to allow people to take actions on a website. Very important. People will not just come and read the content on a website, but you want them to take action. That is why we have call to action buttons here, like the read more, contact us, take a look around, get started, and all that, so that they can take action and be led to where you want them to go and convert them to customers. Back to the editing. I would like to use an example for a website design company. The next section is this text block, so you move the mouse over it, click on the pencil tool, and insert your content. Save changes. The next section is the image here. You see the pencil tool, the edit option, click on it. Then on this, you see that there is a close sign that is on it, which you'll be able to close this image and insert a new image. So if you click on that, that image disappears for you to use the plus to select your own image. You are taken to the media library. You can upload an image by dragging and dropping or selecting from the system through the file navigator, or you can choose an image you've already uploaded. My image is located here. I go to select files, then desktop images, and then my image I want to use is this one. I double click on this to select it. Then I can insert that image by clicking on the set image here. Save changes. So we see our image uploaded here. Now as you move forward, you have to be updating what you are modifying. This will help me to be able to indicate our years of experience, or if we want to delete this particular section, we just get rid of it. But if you want it, you click on this pencil, then you can make modification to this. So let's say 10 years of experience. Click on save changes. There's another thing that you can work on, the read more button. It is a button that should lead to a particular page when clicked on. So you'll be able to select URL. And then this one takes you to a page, a section where you can choose which page should the button lead to when clicked on. So you can choose a page. So let's say that I want this to be led to the services section. I click on services, then you see the link has been entered here, services 2. I click on set link. Otherwise, you can also insert your own link manually into it and click on set link. Save changes. Update. The next section is the services section. So once again, I'm assuming that I am building a website for my website design company, and truly I am using the contents of my website company. So please don't use the content, else you are going to be held accountable for copyright infringement. And that's just by the way. So keep modifying. In your case, It has to do with the type of website that you are building. You can simply adapt the content to any type of website at all, and it will really work well. So our services, then I make changes to this area. Then this area, we are going to use the same method as we have done so far above. If you place the mouse on each section, you'll be able to edit that box. This is a service box. And as you can see, it has 3 elements each. One element is the icon that indicates which service we are talking about. Then the heading of it, a very short heading. Then the content, a short description of that. So let's start with the first one. Let's say the first one in this case is website design. Your own could be anything such as financial marketing or consulting, education services, or whatsoever you are doing. So you have to place your content with that. So mine is website design. Now the content. So I type a content here. The next thing to do is to add an icon, a suitable icon. So in this case, it should be an icon that has something to do with the topic you've indicated here. So if it is website design, then it should be something like a computer or anything like that. So this takes me to the icon library where I can choose an icon to replace this. And this gives me a whole lot of icons that I can use for this particular section. If you want to see an icon easily, you can choose from the categories. If you click on categories, then you'll be able to filter out to see easily which one you are looking for. So if you come to, let's say, web application icons, then you see icons that are related to that alone. You want to see everything, then you click on from all categories. You can also search for an icon. So in this case, I'm searching for something like a computer. So let's type computer and see. Then I can choose which one I want to use. Then you click on Save Changes. You have it there. There is another last thing to do in each section, which is select URL. And so this section can be clicked on by the user so that it takes the person to a particular section. So you can simply click on that and select a page that you want to be led to when clicked on. Or you can simply ignore that, delete the link, and it will not be a clickable area anymore. You just click on Save Changes. So let's proceed. You can be updating as you work on it. The next is this. So let's say that my next one is another service. So let's say my next service is e-commerce services. So I click on the icon, edit the content, change icon. So you click on this particular icon. To change the icon, you have to wait for some few seconds to access the icon library. Then you can choose an icon to replace it. Update changes. My next service is domain name registration. So I click on that and type domain names. I add my content, save changes, update. You add your icon and use the same method to complete it. You move downwards to the next section, which is a call to action button. So you have a heading and a button. You click on the heading section. You change the heading as you deem fit. Do the same for the button. Click on the button as you move the mouse cursor over it. Then you indicate something to get started or something similar to that. Then you can select a URL. So let's say that you want this one to be led to a particular page such as service details. So you see all your pages will appear here. If you want a different page and you have the link to that page, then you can add the URL by yourself and it will be directed to that place. So I choose service details, I click on set link, then save changes. So when I click on this button, it will lead there. The next is the portfolio section. Now this section has been used in this theme as a custom post. In this section, when you click on edit, you realize that you are not going to be able to edit the content. You are just showing the number of projects that should display on a page. But if you want to edit the actual content here, because it is what we call a custom post type, we have to go to the dashboard to edit that. So let's go to the dashboard. So if at this point you cannot easily locate your dashboard, you copy your website URL, open a new tab, paste it /WP admin. Then the one we are going to edit is portfolio. So let's check it from here. We see portfolio at the left hand side here, where we can edit the various portfolio sections. So here we have all of them. So you see data management, library projects, they are the same ones that are here. Data management, library projects. You can decide to make changes to the existing ones or to delete all of them and add your own. If you want to delete everything, you click on this box to check all of them. Or if you want to select individual ones to delete, you click on them to do so. Once you've selected what you want and to delete multiple ones, you click on bulk actions and then move to trash. Then you click on apply and everything will be deleted. But let's say that we want to just edit the content, edit this one. Then we can click on edit. We can change the title here, the content here, type a new content inside of that new content of the portfolio. So in this section we are talking about what the company has done. If it is a construction company, this obviously is about projects that they've worked on, sample projects. The name of the projects will take place here, then the content, something small about that project, and then we have categories of those content here. So if it is, let's say, a construction company, as I said, then it could be the various aspects of their construction. So when it comes to this aspect, they have a project there, so they can select that this particular project is under a particular category, or you can add a new category and assign the content to it. Then the last thing to do is to add a featured image. So let's take a look at some real examples. I'm going back to my portfolio. I'm going to delete everything here and add my own portfolio pictures and content. So I trash everything, add new portfolio. So here, since I am working for my website design company, I'm going to add the works that our company has done so far for clients. So the various companies we've worked for obviously are the names that the title will bear. In this case, the title of the portfolio will be the name of the company whose website we worked on. So I have the company's name as Blue Hill Limited. Then under what category? So we've not deleted the categories that were existing. I can choose to add my own category as website design. And I have to set a featured image. The image is what will appear here. So click set featured image, go to upload, select an image, a corresponding image for that, set featured image. Once you finish, you click on publish. You see the changes will be effected. So let's update our page and have a look at it. So I want to open my website again to look at the changes that has been done so far. Yeah, so we have this, and we have our portfolio project here. If you hover over it, you see the portfolio name displayed here. So let me add a few ones to it here. Go to portfolio, add new portfolio. So a new company. Upload new image, select the file. Yeah, so we have this section beautifully done. The next is this section, so let's enable our page builder so that we continue to work with it. Edit with page builder. So as usual, the same method, you place the cursor over it, click on the pencil tool, make changes to your heading, change your image, then you'll be able to change the content too. So apply the same method to edit this section too. Another section is the pricing section. So use the same method to be able to update the pricing too. Or if you don't want a particular section such as this one, then you want to take off the entire row or individual columns, you can do that. If it is this column you don't want, you click on this to take the column away. Or if it is the entire row, then you click on this row section, then you click on the delete row section. It takes off that particular area altogether. You see CL pricing table is located here. You click on it, then you'll be able to make changes to the content here, set your pricing and other features, hit on save changes and update it. This is a section for statistics. So let's say that our company has 10 years experience. We have other numbers that we want to show to people. You can make such changes and the topic too as beautifully as we want. The team member section is a custom post. How do you identify that it is a custom post in this regard, so that you can't really make changes to the content on the home page but from the dashboard? When you click on it, in your efforts to edit it, you see that you can't really make changes to the pictures, the team members themselves. You can just show number of items that should be displayed. If you want to make changes to the team members, the content, that is the pictures of the team members and their names, just as you see appearing here, then you have to go to the dashboard. You see team on the left hand side here. You click on team and then you have the team members, the ones that are already existing. So you can delete the ones there if you don't want and add your own team members by clicking on their images. So let's work on one to add a team member. So add new team member. The title, in this case the title becomes the name of the team member, because as you can see here, if you hover over it, you see the name of the person, then the role of the person, and as well as social media handles. So assume this team member's name is, then you have designation or role of the person. So let's say web developer, the company, and other details you would want to add or choose to ignore. Then social media handles, Facebook and other ones here, you can equally add them. Set featured image, so the image of the person. Then you can upload or choose an already existing image to replace that. So let's say that I want to choose this one or a new one to replace it, then publish it. Let's take a look. We saw that one added as a new team member. So the social handles you add are those that will display. So if someone clicks on that, it takes the person to your social media page. The other section is newsletter section, and this section is very important. You want customers to sign up to your newsletter so that you can send them emails about your business and eventually convert some of them to customers. You edit the section accordingly to stay up to date or sign up for our newsletter. Save changes. This particular thing here is a short code from MailChimp. Now MailChimp is an email marketing service. So in this case, it helps you to be able to receive the email addresses of clients and use their service to send emails to them. So that's the reason why we have this short code here. So you save changes. So after entering their email addresses and clicking on subscribe now, you see the list of subscribers. If you create an account with MailChimp, then you'll be able to send emails to such people. And this is about testimonials. This section too is a custom post. So you go to the dashboard and you see CL testimonials. Then you'll be able to add testimonials that will display at this section. So you can add your own testimonial. You can delete the ones that are here and add a new one. So let's say that you want to take away these ones. So let's add a new testimonial. So in this case, the title will be the name of the one giving the testimony about the company. So let's say John. And here is the content of the person's testimony. That is the person's review of the company. So it could be anything that the person has really said. Then you set featured image. Then designation here is the person's title. So let's say the person is the CEO of a particular company. So just write that and then you publish it. Let's take a look at what has been done. So we see John's testimonial is here. The next section is the blog section. The blog section is also a section that displays the posts or the articles the company has. So it's a usual thing that companies will have posts about their company, about their industry, things that are going on to give their clients content or value to read so that they educate them on some important things. So for posts, they are the ones located here. So posts, you have existing posts here which you can delete them and start with your own fresh content. So this is how posts are added. You go to posts and click on add new. Add the title of the post just as it would appear in an article. So a title of the post, then you add blocks. So the blocks here will be various elements the post will have. Every post or article on a website has images, paragraphs, headings, quotes, and other sections. So I can now add paragraphs and links, and then once I'm through with this, I add a featured image. The featured image is the one that will appear here, the one that will showcase as featured image on the homepage. So it's very important to have a featured image that is related to the content you are posting. So I choose a featured image down here, click on set featured image, upload image. I choose an image from the desktop and insert that image into it. So it comes here. Then I add a category. So if this one is in the business category, design category, or whatever, I choose that category of the post. Then I click on publish 2 times. If I refresh my page, I would now see my post appeared here beautifully. So that's basically how to modify the homepage. You should now have something as beautiful as what you have done. The rule of thumb is that you should be able to analyze well what you want to do, so that once you start, you'll be able to make such modifications per your requirements. And subsequently, we are going to modify all other sections here, change the logo, the navigation menu, and all the remaining parts such as the footer of the website, and complete the website.